Today's update is for anyone who relies on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA benefits, or a pension and wants to better understand how certain financial tools advertised as 0% interest can affect monthly budgets, benefit stability, and long-term security. This is an important topic because many seniors are seeing higher prices for food, housing, insurance, and healthcare, while benefit increases do not always keep pace with real-life costs. At the same time, more advertisements and offers are appearing that promise relief through 0% interest credit cards, payment plans, or financing options. Understanding what these tools really mean can help protect income, avoid mistakes, and make smarter decisions that support financial peace of mind. In recent months, there has been a noticeable increase in discussion around financial flexibility for older Americans. While there is no new stimulus law guaranteeing cash payments tied directly to these tools, many seniors are hearing about temporary relief strategies that can stretch monthly income. Some of these strategies can be helpful when used carefully, while others can quietly create future problems. The key is understanding how these tools interact with fixed incomes like Social Security and pensions, and how they can influence budgeting, debt, and even eligibility for certain assistance programs. A 0% interest financial tool usually refers to a credit card, loan, or payment plan that charges no interest for a specific period of time. This period is often called a promotional window. During that time, purchases or balances do not accumulate interest. For someone on a fixed income, this can sound like free money or a safe way to manage expenses. However, the reality is more complex, and understanding the structure of these offers is essential before using them. Many seniors live on predictable monthly deposits. Social Security payments arrive on a set schedule, pensions follow a regular pattern, and benefits like SSI are tightly tied to income and resources. Because of this predictability, budgeting is often built around knowing exactly what comes in and what goes out. A 0% interest tool can appear to create breathing room by delaying payments or spreading out costs, but it does not increase income. It simply shifts when money must be paid. In the current environment, there is a lot of talk about protecting seniors from rising debt. Government agencies continue to warn about financial products that appear helpful upfront but create strain later. This is especially important now as more older Americans are using credit for everyday needs like groceries, utilities, car repairs, and medical expenses. The promise of zero interest can make it easier to say yes, but the long-term impact must always be considered. One important detail to understand is that most 0% interest offers are temporary. They may last 6 months, 12 months, or sometimes 18 months. During this period, no interest is charged if payments are made as required. Once the promotional period ends, interest rates often jump significantly. For seniors on fixed incomes, this can lead to a sudden increase in monthly obligations that are difficult to manage. Another critical point is payment discipline. Even during a 0% period, minimum payments are usually required. Missing a payment, even once, can cancel the promotional rate. When that happens, interest may be applied retroactively, meaning it is added back to the entire balance from the beginning. This can turn what seemed like a helpful tool into a costly mistake. This is why understanding how Social Security income works alongside these tools is so important. Social Security benefits are protected income, but they are not unlimited. If a senior takes on more monthly obligations than their benefit can support, it can lead to stress, skipped bills, or reliance on high-interest debt later. Financial tools should support stability, not undermine it. There is also a connection between debt management and eligibility for assistance programs. Programs like SSI have strict rules about income and resources. While credit card balances themselves are not counted as income, the cash flow impact of repayments can affect a person's ability to meet basic needs. In some cases, seniors may rely more heavily on benefits when debt payments reduce available cash, creating a cycle that is hard to break. It is important to understand that there is no official Social Security program that endorses or provides 0% interest financial tools. These offers come from private companies, not from the Social Security Administration or other federal benefit agencies. While they are legal and common, they should never be confused with government assistance or stimulus programs. In recent policy discussions, lawmakers have talked about protecting seniors from predatory lending and misleading financial advertising. While no sweeping new law has eliminated risky products, there is increased awareness of how fixed-income households are affected by credit. This makes education more important than ever. Knowing the difference between helpful flexibility and hidden risk can make a meaningful difference in financial security. A thoughtful approach starts with understanding why the tool is being used. If the goal is to manage a one-time expense, such as replacing an appliance or covering an unexpected medical bill, a 0% interest option might provide short-term relief if the balance can realistically be paid off before the promotional period ends. If the tool is being used to cover ongoing expenses, such as monthly groceries or utilities, that is often a warning sign that income and expenses are out of balance. Another consideration is how these tools affect emotional well-being. Financial stress is one of the most common sources of anxiety among older adults. The sense of relief that comes from delayed payments can be temporary, while the worry about future obligations can linger. Financial decisions should support peace of mind, not create ongoing uncertainty. Seniors should also be cautious about combining multiple 0% offers. While one tool may seem manageable, several at once can create a complex web of future payments. When promotional periods end at different times, it can become difficult to track obligations and plan ahead. This complexity can be especially challenging for those who value simplicity and predictability in their finances. At the same time, it is important to recognize that not all financial tools are harmful. When used with clear understanding and careful planning, some can help smooth cash flow and prevent more expensive alternatives, such as payday loans or high-interest credit. The difference lies in education, discipline, and realistic planning based on actual income. As we move forward, understanding these tools becomes part of a broader conversation about financial resilience for seniors. With ongoing discussions about benefit adjustments, cost of living increases, and the future of retirement security, every decision matters. Knowing how to evaluate offers, understand terms, and align choices with fixed income realities is a form of self-protection. This foundation sets the stage for deeper understanding. In the next part, we will explore how seniors can evaluate these tools step by step, how they interact with benefits like Social Security and pensions, and how to use practical judgment to avoid common pitfalls while protecting long-term financial stability. Understanding 0% interest financial tools also means knowing how to evaluate them in the context of real life, not just promotional language. Seniors benefit most when financial decisions are grounded in clear awareness of income, expenses, and future obligations. This is especially true for those relying primarily on Social Security, pensions, or disability benefits, where income changes slowly while expenses can rise quickly. One of the most important steps is matching the length of a promotional period with the ability to repay the balance comfortably. If a tool offers 12 months of zero interest, the full amount should realistically be paid off within that time using existing income, not hoped for future money. Social Security cost of living adjustments, when they occur, are designed to help with inflation, not to cover new debt. Relying on uncertain future increases can lead to disappointment and financial strain. Another key issue is understanding how these tools affect monthly budgeting. A fixed income works best with predictable expenses. When a promotional period ends, payments can increase suddenly, disrupting a carefully balanced budget. Seniors should think beyond the first few months and imagine how their finances will look when regular interest rates apply. If that future picture feels uncomfortable, the tool may not be appropriate. It is also important to separate marketing language from reality. Terms like no interest or easy payments are designed to attract attention, but they do not remove responsibility. These tools are contracts, and contracts come with obligations. Reading and understanding the full agreement, including what happens if a payment is late or the balance is not paid in time, is essential. Clarity at the beginning prevents regret later. From a benefits perspective, it is helpful to remember that Social Security and pensions are meant to provide stability, not to support ongoing debt. While these benefits are protected from many types of creditors, relying on that protection is not a financial strategy. The goal should always be to preserve income for necessities like housing, food, healthcare, and utilities. Recent discussions around senior finances have emphasized the importance of avoiding high-risk borrowing, especially as economic conditions change. While there is no new stimulus payment specifically tied to 0% interest tools, there is continued focus on helping seniors manage costs through education and awareness. This includes understanding how private financial products fit into a larger financial picture. Healthcare expenses deserve special attention. Medical bills are one of the most common reasons seniors consider financing options. While spreading payments can help in the short term, healthcare costs often recur. Using credit repeatedly for medical needs can quickly build balances that are difficult to manage. Exploring assistance programs, payment plans directly with providers, or insurance options may offer safer alternatives. Another practical consideration is record keeping. Tracking promotional end dates, payment amounts, and balances requires organization. For seniors who value simplicity, this added complexity can become a burden. Misdates or misunderstandings can lead to sudden interest charges. Simpler financial arrangements often support better long-term outcomes. There is also an emotional aspect to consider. Financial decisions should align with personal comfort levels. Some people feel confident managing multiple accounts and deadlines, while others prefer straightforward, predictable systems. There is no one-size-fits-all answer, but self-awareness is important. Choosing tools that match personal habits and preferences reduces stress. In conversations about retirement security, experts often emphasize the importance of preserving flexibility. Debt can reduce flexibility by locking future income into repayment obligations. While a 0% interest period delays that impact, it does not eliminate it. Seniors should ask whether a decision increases or decreases their ability to respond to unexpected events, such as health changes or home repairs. It is also wise to consider alternatives. Sometimes adjusting spending, seeking community resources, or negotiating bills can provide relief without taking on new obligations. While these options may not be advertised as heavily, they often carry less risk. Financial strength often comes from small, steady choices rather than quick fixes. As policymakers continue to debate ways to support older Americans, the responsibility for day-to-day financial decisions still rests with individuals. Understanding tools, asking for clarification, and taking time before committing are acts of self-care. There is no need to rush into any financial agreement, especially when income is fixed and stability is a priority. Education plays a powerful role here. When seniors understand how financial tools work, they are better equipped to use them wisely or avoid them when appropriate. This knowledge supports independence and confidence, both of which are essential for quality of life in retirement. The larger message is not that all 0% interest tools are bad, but that they must be used intentionally. They are not free money, and they do not replace income. They are tools that require planning, discipline, and a clear understanding of future consequences. Used carefully, they may offer short-term flexibility. Used carelessly, they can create long-term problems. As we conclude, it is important to reflect on what has been shared. Understanding 0% interest financial tools is about protecting your Social Security income, your pension, and your peace of mind. It is about making choices that support stability today and security tomorrow. By focusing on realistic planning, clear understanding, and careful use of financial products, seniors can navigate today's complex financial landscape with greater confidence. Staying informed, thinking ahead, and prioritizing long-term well-being are some of the most valuable steps anyone can take toward a more secure and balanced future. As we move into this final part, it is important to bring everything together in a clear and practical way, especially for seniors who depend on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA benefits, or a pension as their primary source of income. Understanding 0% interest financial tools is not just about learning definitions or rules. It is about protecting stability, avoiding unnecessary stress, and making decisions that support a secure and dignified life on a fixed income. One of the most valuable lessons to remember is that every financial tool has a purpose, but not every tool is right for every situation. A 0% interest offer can sometimes help manage a short-term expense, but it should never be seen as extra income or a long-term solution. Social Security benefits are designed to cover essential living costs, not to absorb growing debt. When a financial decision starts to compete with necessities like housing, food, medication, or utilities, it becomes a risk rather than a benefit. Many seniors feel pressure when unexpected expenses arise. A car repair, dental work, home maintenance, or medical bills can disrupt even the most careful budget. In these moments, offers promising no interest can feel like a lifeline. What matters most is stepping back and asking whether the expense can realistically be paid off within the promotional period using current income. If the answer is uncertain, the tool may create more problems than it solves. Another important point is timing. Fixed-income households rely on consistency. When a promotional period ends, the financial impact does not gradually increase. It often changes suddenly. Payments rise, interest begins to accumulate, and monthly budgets are forced to adjust quickly. For seniors, sudden changes can be difficult to manage, especially when income does not rise at the same pace. This is why planning ahead matters so much. Financial peace comes from knowing what the next few months and years will look like. Decisions that delay costs without eliminating them can quietly reduce that peace. The best financial choices are the ones that keep future months predictable and manageable, even if they require more patience up front. It is also important to remember that there is no shame in saying no to financial products that do not feel right. Seniors are often targeted with advertising that emphasizes urgency, convenience, or limited-time offers. These messages are designed to encourage quick decisions. In reality, there is almost never a reason to rush. Taking time to think, review terms, and consider alternatives is a sign of wisdom, not hesitation. For those receiving Social Security or pensions, protecting monthly cash flow should always be a top priority. Even though some benefits are protected from certain creditors, relying on that protection is not a strategy for financial health. The goal is to avoid situations where benefits are stretched thin by repayments, fees, or interest charges after promotional periods end. It is also helpful to think about emotional well-being. Financial stress affects sleep, health, and overall quality of life. Tools that promise relief but create anxiety later may cost more than money. Peace of mind is a valuable asset, especially in retirement. Financial decisions should support calm and confidence, not ongoing worry. The most important takeaway is this: financial stability is built on understanding, patience, and thoughtful choices. Protecting income, avoiding unnecessary debt, and prioritizing peace of mind are key to long-term well-being. By staying informed and making decisions based on real income and real needs, seniors can maintain control over their finances and move forward with confidence. This knowledge empowers you to make choices that serve you, not pressure you. It reminds you that your financial security matters and that careful planning today helps protect tomorrow. Staying steady, informed, and intentional is one of the strongest steps toward a more secure and comfortable future.